So I've never quite done this before. I guess this is something new that I've done. I've never bought a car like completely sight unseen with nothing. If you guys remember the Aston Martin purchase, I got a PPI done. I got videos of the car. You know what I mean? I got to like kind of see it, and it was from a dealership, so they weren't going to screw me over. This was a $300 1989 Mercedes 260E. I didn't even know you could buy the 260 in the United States. I had to look that one up and find some more info about it, but yeah, this is definitely a new experience for me. Completely sight unseen. I literally haven't even seen the car yet. I bought the car off of probably 5 photos and a description. Doesn't run, clean title, and they told me they had a key for it as well, but I was gonna try to find a key if I didn't have one, but one less thing to go through, I guess. But a $300 car in 2023, that's crazy. And it just happens to be something that I'm very excited about. You guys know I love those old Mercedes, so really excited to start wrenching on that. So the closer I get to it, the closer the reality is setting in. This thing could have water damage. I saw that the sunroof was cracked a little bit. This thing could have like terrible sun damage. There could have been like animals getting in there, pests, mice, other things you wouldn't want in the interior of a car. It could need an engine, it could need a transmission. Mechanically, I'm actually counting on it needing one of those two things. Again, this is a $300 Mercedes.
Prices were good, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I like when I go to auction too.
That would probably help, wouldn't it? Alright, so as you guys saw, it definitely needs some work, but underneath I was kind of creeping a little bit, and it didn't look bad at all. So definitely something I'm excited about. The title said 85,000 miles, but the odometer said 115. So still a really low mileage, 124. Not quite like collector grade, I would say, or anything like that. But I had a convertible 124 and I had a sedan, and both of them were about 220,000 miles. So I'll take this one at 115. Just from age, it still has a lot of the same issues as the higher mileage cars. The dash is cracked, the leather's torn, doesn't run. The difference is it's worth fixing. So look at all the crap kind of flying off of it. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Oh man. But yeah, I'm super stoked to work on this. Oh, and the best part, I found some brand new Euro headlights in the trunk. I was gonna buy those, but now I don't have to. So I am so stoked to start working on this thing. So this car was actually purchased at an estate sale, like I mentioned earlier. I had a chat with the owner, and he was saying his father bought this car when he was younger, so he kind of grew up riding in it. And I kind of saw a little bit of like some of the cars that I've had as well, because like, you know, my first car was a '99 Ranger. I kind of grew up in that from my dad. And actually it was the same color. The truck was gold. This is gold too. So I know that when I sold my 99 Ranger, I wanted the buyers to enjoy it and keep it on the road. So it's kind of cool that now I have the same opportunity to give somebody else that feeling. I don't know if you're watching this, man, but I'm really thankful that I got your car, and I can't wait to start putting it back on the road. Not getting much out of that battery, but did you really expect much else? It's one of those big Deca ones. Just kind of sitting there. Well, that's charging up / not actually charging. I kind of want to pull this air cleaner out. We can kind of see what shape it's in. Oh, that's definitely a surprise. It looks, I mean, pretty much brand new. Wow. I mean, even this cover isn't that bad now that I got all the crap off of it. Let's put that down there. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hit it with starter fluid, but I'm gonna pull the fuel pump fuse. That way we don't suck all that old gas in there. All right, turns out the fuel pump fuse was pretty easy, so I put some fresh gas in there, because we'll see what happens. Actually, you know what? There's a test we gotta do first. All right. Well, I guess we're getting spark. Let's put some more fuel in there. Alright, so here's kind of where we're at with everything. So I noticed that when I push down on that, the fuel does go to the injectors because I just cracked number 2. So it's sort of getting fuel, and we already know that it has spark as well. So I don't know, I think I flooded it earlier from just messing around with it, so I'm just gonna let it sit for a while, let this battery charge up, and then circle back to it and we'll see what we get. Alright, of course I didn't get this on camera, but it actually did fire up for a brief second, and then it immediately died. So we're just gonna let that battery charge a second and just see what happens. Look at all the corrosion on that cap there. It's crazy, even down to the pins, it's really bad. I'm not sure if that is the reason this won't start, but it's definitely not good. I'm also gonna sand those clean too, because that's where the rotor bolts up to. Alright, so wow, we did get the car to fire, and that's great. It hasn't done anything since. I can't get it to start. It's doing the same thing as before. It's just firing erratically. So this new cap should do it, and I probably should have put the cap on when I did the rotor, but we were just trying to see what the motor would do, and I didn't want to spend too much money yet. This was about $120 with the seal, but the good news is this should get it running again, so fingers crossed. All right, so this should be real easy to understand. So you can see that I sanded down the contacts on that best I could, but look at all this, like over here. We're gonna compare this to the new one. Night and day difference. You can actually see that the tip actually extends on the newer piece higher than that, and what that does is it creates firm contact with the rotor, and I suspect that wasn't happening, so that could definitely explain the erratic spark. It's kind of a miracle this even fired at all, but yeah, we'll see what happens here. You can hear that slight hiss under the hood, as there's definitely a bit of a vacuum leak, and that's probably why the idle's a little higher, but we're gonna take this thing for a little ride and just kind of see what happens. We got some windows that still go down, that's cool. All right, let's see what we get here. I wonder if it's a seatbelt warning. Interesting. I didn't know 124s had those. Let's see if it does it again. For obvious reasons, I don't think we're going to be taking this on the road just yet. The shift points are a little weird, probably because of the vacuum leak, but this thing runs amazingly. Everything's looking pretty good with it. I did put it on the road a little bit. Yeah, everything's pretty good. There's no weird shaking. The alignment looked pretty good. It drives straight. Cruise control doesn't work, but they never work on these. You know, that's kind of later on anyway. I mean, come on, look at this thing. But yeah, looks like we got a good car here, and I'm excited to make a couple more videos about this. I really don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'm in it so cheap I can kind of do anything. So we'll see. More to come. See you guys next time.